Smoothie Feast take 2. So this video is going to be about the smoothie feast that I am currently doing, and this is the second one that I have done. And so let's go. Alright, so I decided to do a smoothie feast again because I was just having a conversation with a friend about how well my belly went down the first time I did it, and so that now that I've become low-fat raw vegan, my belly has gone down even more since doing that, and I just felt like if I did a smoothie feast, it would go down like even faster. So I basically decided to do one to kind of give my digestion a little bit of a break again and to kind of speed up this whole flat belly process I'm trying to do. I'm so excited about a smoothie feast. I am so off the cuff of what normal is. Okay. So, I am on day 11. Originally, I was going to do 7 days and see how that went. And I decided after the 7th day that my body wanted me to continue with it. So, I am continuing with it until I feel like I don't need to continue anymore. Which I'm thinking 30 days, but if I feel like I should do less, then I will. If I feel like I should do more and maybe do 60 days or something, we'll see what happens. I'm very much in tune with my body, knowing what it needs, so I'm just going to listen to it and let it tell me what it wants. So I have kind of changed throughout this feast, the different things I was doing. Start out, I decided to do it again. I decided that even though the first time I didn't like how much weight I lost, and now I know how to do it and to keep weight, to not lose the weight like I did before. I'm still losing, but it's different this time. So before, it was really more of a fast. I was not consuming enough. In all honesty, I hate to say it, but I want to say I was averaging 500 to less than 1,000 calories a day. That is not good. Not good at all. And that is exactly why I lost the weight that I lost. That wasn't good. So now I'm averaging, when I started, I think I was doing at the lowest 2,000 calories, and now my average has become anywhere from 2,500 to up to 3,000 calories. So I'm definitely getting the calories that I need now. I think maybe my stomach has also changed and been able to intake more food than it could before too. I think that maybe made a difference this time also. This time, with me being raw vegan, I have a big old stack of produce on hand, so I can dump all this stuff in to make the smoothies, whereas before my diet was also kind of full with the other things that I kind of use. So by eating just raw fruits and vegetables now, I have those things on hand. That's made it easier, because before I had to still have the other stuff, kind of the rice and beans, things like that in the house, just because that's what I previously had from when I wasn't doing a smoothie feast, and then my daughter wasn't doing it with me, so I had to have those things for her. But now it's just a lot cheaper and easier for me to make sure I have enough food on hand for smoothies to make sure I can eat enough. And so I've been able to do that this time around. And then I've also been striving for the best digestion this time around. Just really wanting to make sure my stomach has to do, our intestines tract, that whole thing, has as less work to do as possible to digest the food. Now granted, since I'm doing smoothies instead of juices, I'm getting the fiber, which does require some digestion. But I don't have a juicer and I do want to get the fiber. So that's why I'm doing smoothies instead. But when I started out, what I was doing is I was mixing fruits, and I would just make sure that they were staying in line with each other, like not mixing a sweet fruit with a citrus or kind of a sour fruit type of a thing, things like that, making sure my combinations were good. But then I've even progressed to where I'm just doing basically just mono smoothies, just taking a whole bunch of pears, if I do pears, taking a whole bunch of tangerines, or just using persimmons and just keeping it simple like that. Because I was originally even, like at first I was just maybe just mixing a couple of fruits, and then I started like throwing in greens into each one to try to get my greens throughout the day. But now basically just went to just fruit and just making the mono meals, because I don't like to eat just the leafy greens by themselves in the smoothie. And I've just found that my digestion works so much better since doing it this way. And like I said, I've just really just been listening to my body and what it seems like it responds to well. And that's what it's responding to well right now. It's a temporary thing because I do like to make sure I keep my leafy greens in my diet. But this is just kind of what I feel like I need to do for right now during this feast. So that's what I'm doing now. Like, I'm doing pretty much the same ones every day, which may seem boring to some people, but for where I am and the progress that I'm seeing, it's totally fine for me. So pretty much right now my smoothies are persimmons and tangerines. I felt like I needed pears, so I did kind of throw in some pears, but I've found when I do pears and I do apples that it does blow my stomach up. It does help with elimination, but it blows my stomach up and it takes a while for it to go back down. I've gotten my stomach to be extremely flat, like almost, I would say almost there, almost all the way flat. But the elimination, since I've started doing Smoothie Feast, it's kind of diminished in the summer. It's not as often as it used to be. And I don't know if that's because my body is just able to use everything so well. There's nothing really there for it to eliminate. I'm not exactly sure the reason behind it. But it was kind of concerning, so that's why I was like, let me do a pear smoothie. I did like 5 pears, my stomach blew up, and I was like, okay, I can't do that anymore. And so then the other day I decided to do apples instead, and just to do 3 and see if my body can handle that better. Again, it blew up. It did help with elimination, but now I'm working on getting my stomach back, at least back to the size that it was before it blew up, and then so it can go back to going down, because I was getting to a point before that to where every single day my stomach was a little bit flatter, and like I said, it was getting extremely close to being all the way flat. So now it's been like a couple of days since I had the apples. The stomach, it has gone back down, and I know it's going to probably just take a few more days and I'll be able to at least get it back to the flattest point where it was at before, and then so it can go back down. So yeah, it's been very helpful for getting my stomach down. I can tell that my digestion, I can definitely tell it's getting better. You know, I can kind of tell it's just something, I'm feeling lighter and kind of things like that, and I can just kind of tell that it's going well. So I'm eating, like, I would say anywhere from 500 to a little bit over 1,000 calories per meal, doing about 3 to 4 excuse me, doing about 3 to 4 smoothies a day, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And yeah, so it's been good. I even chew my smoothies now. I don't have a Vitamix or a Blendtec, so I just make sure that blend it up really well, and then just make sure I kind of chew it to make sure there's any kind of small particles that didn't get blended all the way, or you know, it is, you know, the whole fruit, so it's going to not be as smooth as the juice. So just making sure even to do that, to make sure I'm just really digesting the food well and making it as easy as I can. So that's what I'm doing right now, and thanks for watching.